But statistically, over 50 years, it's around 17.5 to 18%. Kind of as a given, if statistically it's that way, other than 2 years out of 50. So generally, you raise the rates, you flush a little more into the Treasury, but your economic growth rate starts to measurably flatten or go down. When you cut the rates, you take money away from the Treasury, but generally, your economic growth rate starts to go up a little bit. It begs the question, is our economy one that can ever be government-centric when the stats seem to show otherwise? And then what do you do with something that's a given? And I want you to address, I'm going to ask two of you to respond to it, Mr. Harris and Mr. Goodspeed. The business plan. When I got here 5 years ago, government had already, due to Republicans and Democrats, gotten into structural trillion-dollar deficits annually. Debated Bernie Sanders on the floor, one of my most enjoyable moments since I've been in the Senate, about the modern monetary theory. Please explain to me the arithmetic once we price the 5 percentage points that interest costs have gone up for everyone, either the government or the private sector. How does that work out? And I remind you that 1% of 30 trillion is 300 billion. Interest rates have gone up 5%. And currently, this committee right here, which does nothing on budgeting, is dealing with total discretionary domestic and defense that totals about 1.7 trillion. You know what 5% on 30 trillion would be? That's 1.5 trillion, I believe, in interest costs. We're just beginning, as this debt rolls, to have, along with Medicare Trust Fund going broke in 4 years, that's more government. I am a believer in raising wages and good benefits and helping the people that need it the most, not corporate America. But this looks like a house of cards that there's no way you could grow it into something that would be sustainable. I'm going to start with Mr. Goodspeed, and then I would at least like a minute or two for Mr. Harris to answer as well. Go ahead.
Thank you, Senator. Yes, so I think that to Senator Van Hollen's point about tax expenditures, one of the things that we did in the 2017 tax law was classic tax policy 101. You lower marginal rates to incentivize investment, incentivize labor force participation, and you pay for that in part by closing tax expenditures. So two of the tax expenditures that we closed or limited in 2017 were the deduction for state and local taxes and the mortgage interest deduction. Those are two tax expenditures that cost hundreds of billions of dollars a year and massively skew toward the highest income households.
This is a major update, friends. Social Security payments worth as much as $1,800 are going to be sent out very soon. The SSA has confirmed new deposit dates for the next batch of payments. Officials say that billions of dollars in monthly payments have been overpaid, forcing many households to pay back their benefits. Dear friends, I'll be going over how this may affect you, so please make sure that you watch until the end of this video. Also, to say thank you for being part of this community. Every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, please click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. In August 2023, the average Social Security payment made to retired workers was $1,840. This month, as can be expected, another round of payments to the more than 60 million beneficiaries will be made. While not all will receive $1,800, and based on data from 2022, the median payment amount was $1,590. This means that 50% of beneficiaries saw checks greater than this number, and others received checks lower than this amount. The 10% of beneficiaries with the lowest amount, which is about $766, while the highest 10% saw a monthly check totaling $2,500. Based on the information available on the distribution of payments, less than half of beneficiaries will receive a check that's worth more than $1,800. Less than half of beneficiaries will receive a check worth $1,800 or more. For those born between the 1st and the 11th, you will receive a payment on the second Wednesday of the month. The next deposit date will be on October 11th. But lawmakers in the Republican Study Committee have proposed to increase the age for full retirement benefits from 67 to 69 over an 8-year period, beginning in the year 2026. More specifically, the age at which workers who retire could receive full benefits would increase by 3 months per year for those who will reach age 62 from 2026 to 2033. Under current law, these early retirees already receive only 70% of their full benefit, and under the proposal, they will receive only 61% of their full benefit. It is a reduction of approximately 13%, would fall disproportionately on low and middle-income seniors, as they rely most heavily on Social Security for all or some of their income. According to Roll Call, the RSC proposal would provide workers who are 59 today only 3 years to make adjustments to their planned retirement age, savings, and other financial choices in response to the gradual phase-in of a higher retirement age or reduced Social Security benefits. This is not adequate time and will likely result in unnecessary hardship. This is not enough time and will likely result in unnecessary hardship. 2 senior officials have said that the U.S. Federal Reserve should proceed carefully when deciding whether or not to hike interest rates further to try and bring down inflation. The Fed has already hiked its key lending rates 11 times in 18 months, bringing inflation down sharply towards its long-term target of 2%. It is trying to achieve a so-called soft landing, in which it tackles stubborn inflation without tanking the U.S. economy. Although inflation remains stuck above 2%, the labor market has so far remained historically strong, and economic growth appears resilient, raising the chances of a soft landing. Earlier Monday, Dallas Fed President Lori Logan said she would carefully evaluate economic and financial developments when deciding to back another rate hike. The comments come from 2 members of the rate-setting Federal Open Markets Committee. The comments come from 2 members of the rate-setting Federal Open Markets Committee previous statements from Fed Chair Jerome Powell, who has urged policymakers to follow a data-dependent path on interest rates. So the 2 policymakers highlighted the recent increase in yields on long-term U.S. government bonds, which Jefferson said may reflect investors' assessment that the underlying momentum of the economy is stronger than previously recognized. He also stated, as a result, a restrictive stance on monetary policy may be needed for longer than previously thought in order to return inflation to 2% if long-term interest rates remain elevated because of higher term premiums. There may be less need to raise the Fed funds rate. Well, my magnificent and most marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, every Friday I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, please click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed day.